If anyone has tuned in early, the sounds that you're hearing right now are drinking puppies. Very happy puppies. All right, welcome back everyone. It's 1 o'clock, actually a minute after I think, and it is time for tea with SSD Moe and me, Susan, and I'm a volunteer for Susquehanna Service Dogs, and SSD Moe is one of SSD's breeding dogs. Again, this is her first litter that she's had. The puppies are 10 days old today, and they're growing a lot. If anybody's been watching for the last few minutes, they're happily eating lunch, and you can listen to them, their little quiet happy sounds, and they're gulping. One of the things that I've been watching with Mo is her teeth get all swollen, and I think I have figured out what she does is she quite often lies on her left side, which means that the puppies drink from the teats on the right, yeah. So now I'm mixed up. The teats on her right side get swollen. And what she does is she lies on her right side, and then the puppies don't nurse off of that one. What she should be doing is every time she nurses a puppy, she lies on a different side, but I think she's been lying on her left side quite often, on her right side quite often. But this time, she is lying on her left side, so those puppies are nursing the side that is full of milk, so they're pretty happy. And I am too. Takes a lot of worry. Mastitis is an ongoing concern. It can flare up very quickly, so we have to watch it carefully. So that being said, we discovered yesterday that the puppies have all doubled in weight. More than doubled in weight, and they continue to grow. Now, you might ask, how long do we weigh the puppies? There's a fairly simple, unscientific answer to that question. And the answer is the way we weigh them. My videographer is going to switch over here to how we weigh them. So hold on a second, there's a delay. Good. It's called a plastic shoebox. On top of it's a kitchen scale. All right? So the scientific answer to your question of how long do we weigh the puppies is as long as the puppies fit in this box. When they don't fit in the box anymore, then I stop weighing them. It happens to be about when they hit 5 pounds. Right now I'm weighing them twice a day. That will catch something going wrong faster. Obviously as they get older and they're gaining steadily, that I will weigh them once a day. But the big answer is when they don't fit in the box, I stop weighing them. It's too hard because not only do they get bigger, but they get wigglier, and it's really hard to read. Something else that I was thinking about that we are cautious of with these puppies, and any litter of puppies that SSD has, or anyone has for that matter, any litter of puppies, is a problem called Parvo Virus. And Parvo Virus is a viral infection that affects dogs. It is transmitted through feces and licking and sneezing, which is, dogs do a lot of that, right? So they walk outside, they maybe walk in some old feces, then they lick their feet clean, and on and on. So it gets into the gastrointestinal tract, and the virus divide in there, and they wreak havoc onto the intestinal tract. It's very hard on an adult dog. It's not a fun disease to have. Puppies, being tiny and vulnerable, it kills them. Veterinary science has come a long way in the last 20 or 30 years, and now with a lot of time, a lot of work, and a lot of crossed fingers, puppies can be saved. But if Parvo gets into a litter of puppies these age, and if nothing is done for it, probability are that 90% of them will die. So you would say, but my dog gets his Parvo vaccine. Yes, and that's why you continue to get your Parvo vaccine. It is not a friendly kind of thing to have. So, and it's similar, and the story behind it is similar to what we're going through today in the world with the coronavirus. There's a vaccine for it. And I remember 30, it might even been 40 years ago, when people that were showing dogs, and i.e. moving around, leaving their property with their dogs and their feet, and going to dog shows and coming home wearing shoes that they walked around the dog show with, and they didn't know it, but they came home with Parvo. And people that showed dogs were losing litters like a lot. So, of course, the first line of defense was to, when you got home, take your shoes off, dip them in bleach, do something. But it spurred the research into making a Parvo vaccine, so that it's not quite the problem that it was 30 years ago. But for these puppies, it's still a huge problem, potentially. So what do we do to reduce the probability that these puppies could get Parvo? Number one is all of the SSD dogs are vaccinated regularly. And the other one is that when Mo comes here to this house to have her baby, she doesn't go anywhere. Now remember, these dogs are service dogs, and you think, oh, they go out in public. Well, she stays right here. She lives most of her time in this separate room. Most people that whelp puppies for SSD have a room that they can close off or put X pens out so that the mom's interaction with other dogs is reduced. The other thing is that we keep this floor in here. It's wiped down every day. In fact, my problem right now is Mr. Clean with its antiviral ingredients is not to be found yet. I have some left over, but to give the floor a good cleaning, I need those products. Now, the other one is to use Clorox. Clorox bleach is really one of the best and cheapest, but then everything really smells like Clorox. So that's how we keep it down. The other one is that other dogs in the household, especially service dogs that do go out in public, or puppies in training, we try to reduce that. We try to reduce their contact with other dogs. If I was raising a puppy right now, I'd think twice about taking that puppy to class and exposing him to all those other dogs. So we are aware of it, and we try to minimize it. One of the things that did happen many years ago, and Nancy Fear is going to have to second this, is that the first visit to the vet that the puppies go to at 6 weeks, the puppies, of course, are not immunized. And years and years and years ago, evidently a puppy got sick because it walked around on the floor or touched the surface at the vet's office, and he got sick. So now the protocol for SSD is when 6-week-old puppies go to the vet for their first set of immunizations is that their feet shall not touch the ground. So we carry them in, we take them in crates, we wipe surfaces down, we put towels down on the scale, and again, we try to minimize any problems that might happen. And this is also realizing that veterinarian offices, they do their best to sanitize everything as well. So this just makes it simple. The dogs will not get anything when they go to the vet the first time round. What else do we have today? The other thing that you may notice that has changed here in the whelping box is the addition of stuffed pillows and animals. I don't know why I forgot that they have not been in until now. They've been sitting in their containers all nice and cleaned. But the puppies love these stuffed animals. If you watch on the puppy cam, you'll see that they just migrate to these stuffed animals and curl up in them and cuddle, and it'll be harder for you to see them, but they really like these stuffed pillows and animals. Everything that gets in this whelping box has to be able to be washed in hot water with Clorox and detergent. So all of these stuffed animals and pillows and all, they get bleached, they get washed quite regularly. Looks like lunchtime is over. And you can see that the puppies are trying to walk. Little Yellow, I don't know how hard it is for you to see. Little Yellow there, he's really standing. And little Blue Boy is really standing. He's trying. Now he's eating. They're getting bigger and stronger every day. They're 10 days old, so now I'm going to start observing them every morning and every evening for their eyes to open. And lots of things are going to happen. They're going to get a little more exciting now with time. Right now they're still just little puppies. Another thing you might ask is, where does Moe live? Moe does not live here at Peach Glen all the time. At SSD, we have what we call a group of volunteers called breeder caretakers. And Megan, who lives closer to Philadelphia, raised Moe and is now keeping her while she is a breeding dog. So Megan was responsible for transporting Moe to see the stud dog and for her ultrasound and taking care of her while she was pregnant and feeding her and exercising her. So, but Megan is not able to keep a litter in her house, so Moe came here to whelp, and then as soon as she's done feeding the puppies, that will be determined between 6, maybe 7 or 8 weeks, she will go back to Megan. And then of course the puppies will be without their mommy anymore. But that's what puppies do. By the time they're 6 or 7 weeks, they really don't need mom around anymore. Mom does help them in some ways, helps them to learn and to play and to interact with other dogs, but it's not necessary that mom be around all the time anymore, because by then she's not feeding them at all. You can see Red's trying to crawl back into the corner. I think you can see. Oh, he just went to sleep. He's tired. Lunch is over. Again, same thing every day. Lunch is over. Nap time. Moe's sleeping. She had a nice long walk this morning. So with that, observations of the puppies, we're going to wrap it up for today and let the puppies and let Moe sleep. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see everyone tomorrow at 1 o'clock.